Hi everyone, this is Shaun Smith, and I'm going to do a little instructional tutorial video on how to turn on the cameras and the switchboard in case someone can't be here for the service. Oh, hey Macy, you going to be in the video?
Yeah.
All right, so maybe you can help me. So we're gonna do this. This is a backup option if someone can't be here to actually run the cameras to make the switches. So as long as we can turn the equipment on, and Sadie or Joe if somebody's over here to run the PowerPoint, then the service will go live. So we simply just need to turn the equipment on. It's a very simple process. It takes about 60 seconds. Thanks, Macy. And I'm just going to run you through the process. So first thing we do is we're going to turn on the cameras. You'll see that there's two. There's one on the right and one on the left. The one on the right is camera 1, and camera 2 is on the left. So I generally come over to camera 1, and there's a little power button at the bottom. You'll see, I think there's 3 of them there. Let me see, I'm trying to get this to zoom in. Yep. See, it's your standard power button for on and off. So I'm just going to punch that button right there, and the device will turn on. When the screen comes on, you know it's on. So that's simple. We're going to come over here to camera 2 now and repeat the same step to turn it on. Same standard power button. We're going to turn that on. And there it is. And it pops right on, so we know it's on. So camera 1 and camera 2 are on. The last thing we need to turn on is the switchboard. Now the computer monitor, real quick side note, it's always on, so you won't have to worry about it. So the last thing that we need to turn on is this switchboard. That's this little black box, ATEM Mini Pro by Blackmagic Design. And you'll notice that there's a series of cables back here. There's only one that's unplugged, and that's the one that you would want to, thank you Macy, I appreciate that. That's the one that needs to be plugged in. So it's just a simple little power jack here, and you're just gonna plug this in. I'll try to do this with one hand while I'm filming it. And then you're gonna spin this little piece here. It screws in to tighten it up. And you'll see that these colorful buttons will illuminate the screen or illuminate the black box on the switchboard. So then you know it's on. You'll also notice that the computer monitor is now displaying the camera views. And there's a series of other boxes. So that's how you know you successfully turned on the switchboard, when this lights up and this lights up. So one last thing that you need to check on before the service is that you need to make sure that the program, you'll see the series of boxes here, views. The one that says program is the one that actually people will see online. So that's the one that we want to make sure it has a camera view, number 1. And number 2, we may want to zoom in on it. So if you have a camera view here like we do now, that means you're good to go, except we're going to do a little zoom option here. Just one little final part of this step. Let's say that this is not a camera view though. Let's just back step here. Let's say you're not there. So if you do not have a camera view there, and let's say it's maybe on camera 3, let me switch it over real quick. You don't need to know how to do that part right there. But so let's say you come in here and you boot up the switchboard, lights come on here, and like, oh no, okay, this is black, or it could be from the PowerPoint from over here that Sadie or Joe operates. So if you come over here, if you boot this up and this is black, or it's showing PowerPoint stuff or stuff from the other computer, then we need to get it off of this screen and onto this one, which is the next one. And it's real simple to get that switched over. You just basically press one button on this switchboard to get the camera view in the program. So there are 2 options on the switchboard. Right here they are. Bottom right-hand corner, you'll see cut and you'll see auto. They both do the same thing. Cut just switches it quicker than the auto. The auto fades it in, so it doesn't matter which one you press. Either one will do the same thing. So I'm going to press that button now, and that was with the cut option. See? I switched it to program. The fadeaway button does it this way if you use, or the auto button, if you press auto, the one on the right of those two, it'll just do it slower. Either one, again, will do the same thing. Again, if you come in here and it is on a camera view, you don't have to mess with that at all. That's just if you have black screen or PowerPoint or computer screen over here. Then you have to make that switch with one of those two buttons. But okay, so now we're up to speed. We do have the camera view. That's where we're at. The only last thing that we have to do is check on the view. We probably want to zoom in a little bit on this because it's too wide. We want to zoom into probably just the pulpit area. And you'll see out of these first three cameras that we have listed down on the second row, there's a green one, there's a red one, and then there's one that doesn't have a collar around it really. It's kind of just gray. That's the one that's like that, that's gray. That's the one that's in the program view. So that's telling you that camera 1 is the program. So that's the one we would want to zoom. So that being the case, we're going to walk over to camera 1. Again, it's the camera on the right. And we're going to look for a toggle switch that's up here on the top. And it's this little gray toggle switch right here. And it moves from left to right. One way gives you a wide view, it zooms out. And one way, the other way, if I can move my camera around here, is it zooms in. So it goes left to zoom out, or you can move it to the right to zoom in. You obviously don't want to be in too far. So you want to get it just about the size of the pulpit, the width of the pulpit, I'm sorry. And the reason you want that is because you may have a preacher that's filling in that may use the entire stage to walk around. Hey, Macy. Thanks for the show. Another thing you might have a guest speaker, you may have a lay leader, you may have special music where someone's playing. And of course, during this time of the year, the holiday season, you're going to have Advent with the candle lighting. So, people will definitely want to see that. Right there. That's right, Macy. Good job. Thank you for your awesome display. And so, again, you just want to get that view just about right. And that's all you got to do. Make sure the most important thing is power on both cameras. Camera 1, camera 2, make sure they're both powered on. Plug in your cable that's unplugged, plug it in to the switchboard here. Everything will come up. Make sure the program is displaying one of the cameras, and whichever camera it's on, again, if it's the one that's white or with the gray area, that's the one it's on. It's going to be on 1 or 2 if you see a camera view. If it's on 3, switch it by using the cut or the auto button, and once it's switched, do your zoom button. And that's really all there is to this. And then you can go sit down, watch the service, and no one really needs to make any switches. People will be able to still see the service online. It's kind of a bare bones. They won't see what I call bare bones service is streaming service online. Is they won't see any of the PowerPoint stuff. If we had a choir, they won't see that. That's okay. Everything else, it'll still work. People will still be able to see it. This is a backup option in case someone, again, can't be here to actually operate the cameras to make the switches. So it is really that simple. It'll take you 60 seconds to do it. Following the service. Oh, one last thing on that note. For instance, like today, we can't be here for the service on Sunday. So I'm turning everything on Saturday. So you can actually do it a day or two before the service. And just leave the stuff up and running. That way when Sadie or Joe comes in, or whoever's operating the PowerPoint to get us online from this computer station, it'll just work smoothly. Everything will be ready to go. So it doesn't have to be done right before the service. It can be done the day before. But yeah, it's that simple, 60 seconds. Following the service, or even the next day, you can turn off the equipment and you just repeat the steps that you did to turn everything on. So I'm just going to run you through that just so we can see it in action here. So again, to turn off the cameras, we're going to hit power, the power button, the standard power, and you'll see the screen go black. That means it's off. We'll come over here to camera 2 on the left, and there is a power button right there. We're going to hit it. I must not have got it good enough. Let's try it again. I'm not holding it in long enough. There we go. You got to hold it in just a tad more than what I was doing. That turns it off. It goes black. It's off. And you're going to repeat the steps over here for this cable here. You're going to unscrew it and unplug it. It goes black. All the lights, the colorful lights are off, and the computer monitor went blank. So now you know everything's off, and that's following the service, and that's how you turn on the equipment for broadcasting and streaming live without having to actually operate the cameras. So if we can turn the equipment on, we're good to go. Computer monitor stays on, remember, so we don't have to turn it off. So thank you very much, and this concludes my video. Thanks for tuning in.